Plant haul time! Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rose and this is Maggie. If you're new, my pronouns are she, her, and so are hers. Look at her fluffiness. Today I'm going to show you all the new plants that I got in the past few months. It includes aroids, Hoya, Begonia, even orchids, some really big wishlist plants that I haven't showed you on here yet. Let's start with a few basics. I actually got a few orchids for a new project that I'm working on. You may have seen my reels about the sad orchid that I tried to mount on cork bark and it didn't work. I actually bought these for that project. Look at my camera. Oh, it's so pretty. Really nice colors. But I actually have ignored these a little bit and they're starting to look a little bit sad now. But I guess that will help for when I make videos about sad orchids, which I've been planning to do. And there's another one. This is a much bigger one, as you can see. Really nice colors, a little bit pink yellow. And this I was planning to make a video about how you repot them, how you pick good orchids and all that fun stuff. But look at these. Oh, can we zoom in? Oh. It was so fun picking these. My mom was actually visiting and it took forever to pick just two. It's really, once you see them, you just want all of them. Even though I used to have 50 of these and I got rid of them all. So I'm happy I have a few back in my care now. By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, I am wearing my merch. Sylvia created this incredible design for me. Plants make me feel zen. I love it so much. And there's two other designs as well on my new website, plantwithrose.com. I'm filming this on Monday. Currently, payments from credit card and Ideal are not working, only PayPal. But hopefully by the time you see this, it's all working. If you are checking out and it is not working, know that I am working on it. It's just me, I don't have a team. So please be patient with me and I'm hoping to get it up very soon. Okay, next plant. Actually, this one I got last summer, so it's been a really long time. Of course, I've showed you all my plants recently, so you may have seen this one there. This is Hoya Michaela. And this is a really nice splashy plant that I got from a friend, James. You may remember him. He used to be on YouTube too, creating plant videos. I hope he's coming back soon. And this is a new growth, actually. This leaf is new. It's really splashy. I've had some issues with flat mites, like almost everyone, but it seems like at the moment, new growth is coming through again, because you can see here, maybe it's too small to see, but there is a new growth point here at the end. I'm excited to see the new leaves. It's a little bit, oh, there's new growth here as well. Okay, this is nice. The little light part in the center of the screen. And I'm thinking about propagating this one because it's super dangly and not very handy, but I might wait until this growth point is a little bit happier. Yay, it's growing. Okay, I'm totally not going in any normal order, but here is a Monstera Esqueleto cutting that I got at my plant event, which was 2 days ago, Saturday. I organized a plant meet and greet here in the Netherlands. This is actually a cutting from someone else. Of course, I didn't buy this in a shop like this, but this is for my mum because she told me she really wants a Monstera Esqueleto for the new house. It's in moss currently. It has a few roots, so I think it's gonna be happy. I have it in the terrarium as well, so high humidity. Then we have two small plants that I actually also bought at the Bosrand. These are gonna be part of my orchid project, was my plan. So this is a Maranta Leuconura tricolor, something like that. And this is a philodendron micans, which of course I already own micans, but they are looking horrible. And this one was looking so cute. And micans was the first velvet plant that I ever bought, that I ever saw. I'm always happy to get new, nice micans. And I think these are gonna look really cute together on the orchid moss, but you will see that in a different video. Then at the plant event, I got this in a trade. This is a Hoya Affinity Rudumensis IML 1212. Oh, I don't have to hold my hand anymore. Ha! I got this from a patron of mine, Karina, and it still needs to be rooted, so it's just in the soil. For my Hoya lovers, now let's show you a few begonia for my begonia lovers, and we're gonna switch back and forth. I think I'm gonna keep my #1 wish list plant that I've had for a while now to last. This is Begonia Melanobulata, which is a funny story. You can see down here is the cutting So my plant, which was really big in my terrarium, had dropped a leaf that was a little bit rotted on one side. And my mom was like, let me take it, I'll take propagations from it. And I was like, this leaf is already rotting and they're really hard to propagate because they're like pointy. So it's not gonna work that way. And she was like, let me just try it. You're gonna throw it out otherwise anyway. So I gave it to her and it grew. She had a really nice, several cuttings actually from it. And then mine in the terrarium completely died during the summer heat. And she gave me a little one to grow back. So I'm really happy. You can see here already how nice and pointy and hairy this one is. So I'm really, really happy that my mom decided to try with the leaf that I had already given up on and that we now both have a lovely Milano Bullata again. It's so cute. It's really small still compared to my face. So nice. Next up we have these two Anthurium, which I actually showed you in a reel. I'm not sure if any of you guys watch the short content as well. I got these from my friend Mirta, and these are Anthurium Vici babies, and they're actually growing really well. They're already working on their third leaf, and they're sizing up nicely. I have them in my small terrarium here. And then this one is a hybrid that they made themselves. I think it was a queen and something else hybrid, something dark. And the open sinus, the shape is really interesting. It does get a bit too much light, I feel like, in the terrarium, but I prefer my plants to grow quickly with a lot of light, and then once they've sized up, I can give them less light and make them a little bit darker again. There is a new leaf on the way. It has a lot of fuzzy roots as well. I want to show you everything. This video is going to be taking forever. And there's even roots coming out the bottom of the pot. My boyfriend is here. Say something.
Something.
Oké, ga nu maar weer weg. Next up, we have an Alocasia dragon scale. I love these always. Somehow this is one of the plants that I just keep wanting to buy more of. Look at this baby. It's so cute. I got this at my event because the Bosrand actually offered everyone who came to the event a mini plant as part of the goodie bag. And it has a new leaf on the way. I still remember when I saw this one for the first time in a tour that I did, and we were not even allowed to film them at that time because it was still a huge secret that they had them growing. And then afterwards they came out and now they're like super cheap and easy to get, here in Holland at least. But I still love them. And I have this growing in my terrarium right now. I've noticed that Alocasia, for me, that I struggle with in my house, do quite a lot better in my terrarium. So maybe I'm gonna keep it there for forever. My friends from Ruperoop, a very nice web shop for terrarium plants and begonia, gave me this little one with really beautiful abaxials back of the leaves. And it's a really full plant. It's several plants, I think. It's definitely recovered quite well. It was a little bit sad from the trip because they live quite far away from here, but they are growing again. There's a new leaf actually. Can we see that? Here. Focus on this part. New leaves on the way, so it's going well. I'm still quite new to them, and there's so many different kinds that sometimes I just give up and just say begonia. Another one that I really, really love, and I think that I've showed you before because I've had these for a while, is this begonia Taoyuan Kwang. And I got this as a leaf cutting from my friend Sander. He bought it at the Botanica market, which by the way is happening again very soon. I think on the 30th of March in Hamm, Germany. So if you're around, I highly recommend visiting the market. I myself can't go because I will be in Stockholm for the Swedish Hoya Society yearly meeting. I'm so excited. Me and Ans are going together urban jungling. I'm also visiting Copenhagen on the way there, so I'm gonna have such cool videos coming up for you about the botanical gardens, about this market, about my trip in a train to Scandinavia, so stay tuned for that. But for now, this is Begonia Taoyuan Kwang. Once you give them a little bit less light, it actually almost is blue. You can see it a little bit, and it will get more white dots as well. One of you, actually, I forgot her name, I'm so sorry, said to me on Instagram, I have some sport variegated Monstera that are kind of yellow variegated. Do you want them? And I said yes, because I don't currently own any regular Monstera as well. So I thought even if this just turns out to be a green one, it will be kind of fun to have one again. There's two plants. See, 1, 2. She said that with a little bit more light, they actually get a lot more clear variegation. So not just a very light that is on here. I don't know if you can see. Just very subtle. Subtle, subtle. And I'm not normally so much about subtle, but I guess I'm learning. Also these really nice pots by Elho Ocean Collection. I love them. Let me show you this, which I actually got this morning at the Lidl supermarket. This is a jasmine plant. It smells delicious. I actually got this for in the greenhouse because I think it's gonna make it smell amazing in there. But for now, I think it's a little bit too cold in there still. And there's so many buds everywhere on this. It is covered. I have this little terrarium that I have never showed you all the plants inside. So we're gonna open it. The first one from the terrarium is Syngonium tricolor, red spot variegated tricolor. I don't know the names, but they are 3 cuttings and actually all of them are growing. See this tiny, tiny baby leaf? This one also has a new leaf on the way. So it's growing. It's been quite slow in the beginning and it looks a little bit bleached from too much light as well, but that's okay. Next we have this tiny Anthurium, which is super light. So it's definitely getting too much direct light. And this new leaf here is also a little bit damaged. So this is a sign that I should move it. This is a Anthurium species Affinity Bezier hybrid that I made myself together with some friends, but then we forgot what we pollinated it with. So it's a mystery hybrid. This little plant is one that I, a few years ago, thought I would never own because they were about 400 euros for a 1-leaf cutting. This is Philodendron Burl Marks Fantasy, and you can see here that it's growing again. It was very sad before in the terrarium, but now I put it on a like moss, I can't call this a moss pole, but a stick with some moss around it, and it's definitely improved a lot since then. Here's another new leaf, and there was a second growth. Yes, second growth point is up here, and that is also growing. Look how beautiful with that pattern. Wow, yay. This is about 3 cuttings of Adansoni, Monstera Adansoni Aurea variegata. So the yellow variegation. This is a half moon leaf. This leaf has a lot of yellow. This plant also has a lot of yellow. See, there's some green on this leaf, but not a lot. And the new one doesn't show any green. This one is mostly green, and then this is the new leaf, half. Oh, there's a little stem cutting down there. You can't see because it's so small, but it also has a new leaf. Okay, a few more begonia and then we'll end on a high with a Wishlist Hoya and a Wishlist aroid. 2 Wishlist aroids. So I have 2 begonia here. It's really nice and silvery. I have no idea of the names. It's really silvery. I don't know if I'm able to show you, but it's like shimmery. And growing a new leaf. And then the other one is this one with like a red inside and a silvery green outer edge of the leaves, and there is a new baby leaf on the way here. Very cute. I really like this one. It was a little bit sad when I brought it home, but it's definitely perked up again since I put it in the begonia terrarium upstairs. These are 2 Labisia, and again they came from Ruperoop. I think this is a pumila, but they said that with these, it's really hard to tell when they're still so small. Apparently, once they grow up a little bit more, it will be easier. So for now, they are just Labisia species. Look at this beauty. I love the different colors and the redness and pinkness in the veins. And then when it gets older, it gets a little bit more yellow. And then this one has more pink even, and like more the side veins a little bit. There's some damage on some of the leaves. Also on this one from the mushrooms that are growing in my terrarium. The ink caps, so there's blackness everywhere. I have to be careful with my white sweater. 2 beautiful Labisia. This is definitely a Wishlist Hoya. I got this from one of you in a trade I did via Instagram. This is Hoya Kerry. If you love Hoya, you know probably about this one. It's hard to show you, but it's like an Anthurium leaf. It's kind of shimmery. The leaf shape is so cool. And it has grown a tendril all the way to here. There's some new leaves on it. So I'm really excited. It has rooted really well. It was just a small cutting, but it's done really well. Okay, last 2. Are you ready? This is my Anthurium Quaremalens that I bought 2 days ago at the Bosrand. This was 80 euros at a garden center. Not just any garden center, it's an amazing garden center, but still, I loved it right away. Look at the velvet. It doesn't have a lot of veins, and that's what I love about anthuriums. I love when they're a little bit more like this. Super, when I look at it, it's just stunning. But I did hear that these are one of the most tricky anthuriums to take care of, apparently. Much more tricky than a queen anthurium. So since I heard that, I've moved it into the terrarium, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this is gonna survive. I was a little bit scared that it was gonna crumble before I could even record this video. But so far, it still looks really happy. There's a new growth point in here. See? Lastly is my incredible Florida Beauty. Honestly, I never thought I would own this plant because they were so expensive and they kept their price quite high. But then I got a very small, adorable plant from Ruperobe. This leaf was the biggest leaf it had. Look how nice that is. These adorable small leaves as well. Those grew in my care. And this one as well. And then it decided to be a little bit naughty and go a little bit more yellow. But the next one was okay again. Nice balance of variegation. Then another super white one, which actually is starting to brown on the tip here. So if you don't know, with variegation, when it's sectoral like this, when it's a whole patch of white or pink or yellow, then it is normal that it browns because it doesn't bring the plant anything and it's extra sensitive to anything, basically. To light, too much light, too little light, overwatering. The first thing the plant will do is throw off this leaf because it doesn't bring anything to the plant. Then the latest leaf it grew was this one, which I think is stunning. It has such a nice balance of variegation and it's starting to size up. And then we have a new one on the way here. There, it's pretty good already. I gave it a little stick with a little clip to have some stability, but I think I also will need to repot it soon. It's starting to size out of the little pot. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy to have this plant and to be able to grow it. Like I said, I never thought I would with some of these plants. They were just so hard to get. Thanks to you guys for trades and the shops that I work with now. I am really, really happy with my collection. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below which plants you really liked from this video. If you're more into Hoya or Begonia or aroids or maybe orchids, I would really love to know. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye friends! I don't know if it does it one. My boyfriend cannot come into his own living room because I'm at home working.